Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will show you how to make this super cute fanny pack, which is perfect for festivals as well as summer period, and it just looks very great and it's very easy to make. So here are all the colors that I used. This is 8x8 cotton, and here are some more specs of the yarn as well as the brand if you want to purchase this particular one. I was using 5mm crochet hook, and you will also need some fabric for lining. I'm just using this fabric, which is from one of my old t-shirts that I'm no longer using, so feel free to do that. And you will also need a bar of soap, as well as sewing and darning needles. And also you will need some thread and zipper. I just took this from one of my old bags, so feel free to do that. And you will also need these metal parts for attaching the band of the bag. So let's get started. First we will be starting by creating granny squares, and first step for us is to do a magic ring. So to do that, just tie the yarn around your fingers and start crocheting. First you will have to chain 3, and then in the first step you will be doing 2 additional double crochets. Once you have created those, then just chain 3, and we can follow with the next step, next set of 3 double crochets. So basically after each set of 3 double crochets you have to chain 3, and that's only in the corner part in the beginning. And once you have created 4 of them in the first row, you chain 3 and then just connect it with the beginning by doing a slip stitch. And also feel free to tighten the magic ring that you have in the beginning. So to do a slip stitch, just go through the stitch, grab some yarn and pull it through the hole as well as the loop on your hook. And then just chain 1, pull out some more yarn and cut it off and tighten it in a secure knot. So this is our first round, and then we can follow with the next one. And to start with the next one, we have to attach our next color of yarn. I will be using this one, and just make a secure knot. Then pull the yarn through to get a loop on your hook and chain 3. And again, since in this round we will be doing corners, it's literally the same process as before. So for the first set we are crocheting 2 additional double crochets, and after them we are doing 3 chains. So 1, 2 and 3, and then again 3 double crochets in the same hole. So once you have completed this corner, you can move to the next one, and at the end it has to look like something like that. And then again we are starting with a new color, and difference from the third round is that now we actually have also spaces on the sides, which means that in these spaces we don't have to do the same process as in the corners. So on the sides you only have to do 3 double crochets, and then you move to the next bit without doing any additional chain of 3. And as you can see here, the next bit is basically the corner. So again, for the corner you are just doing the same thing as before. So here is corner completed, and then we are moving to the side where we will do 3 double crochets without any chain of 3 in the middle of them. This is a very basic explanation of how to make these type of granny squares. So if you require a more detailed explanation, I have a super beginner friendly tutorial available on my YouTube channel, so make sure to check it out if you need. This is how it looks when we add additional rounds, and in total you will have to create 5 rounds, or if you wish you can make your granny squares even bigger by adding extra ones. In total you will have to create 4 granny squares, and here I'm just showing you how you will have to lay them out before connecting to see the main connection parts. However, after this we can go ahead with preparing the lining. So to do that, I'm just using one of my old shirts that I'm not wearing anymore, and I will be laying out the pattern on the shirt itself in the same way, and this will help us to draw the pattern on the fabric. So for that I'm using a bar of soap because it's very easy to draw with that on any type of fabric basically. So just take your bar of soap and draw around the squares. Then grab your scissors and cut it out from the t-shirt or any fabric that you used. So this is how it looks when it's cut out. And the next step would be for us to actually connect it together, so it represents the same pattern that we are going for the granny squares. And to connect them, I'm just using a sewing needle and some thread and doing a very basic stitch and just connect all the parts to make them in the same way as we are going for the Fanny pack. This is how it looks when it's all connected, and as you can see, I let one side to be the right side, so we will keep the right side in the middle. And the next step for us is to add the zipper. As you can see, my zipper is a little bit short, but we will make it work. And I'm just using one from one of my old purses that I'm no longer using, so I just took that part out, and I'm sure that it will work great with this one. So to attach the zipper, you actually have to attach it inside out, so you slightly have to turn it other way around, and then just attach it in the same way as we did with the lining part, and use the very basic stitch to do that. So this is how it looks, and you can see that it kind of hides all the ugly bits that I did. And you did it for one side, so just do the same thing for the other side, and it's basically the same way as before. It might be a little bit tricky once you're kind of closing it up, but you will figure it out. So once you have finished, just turn it inside out. And the next part for us would be to connect the sides to make sure that zipper doesn't run off. So we will be connecting or sewing together these bits. And also we'll make sure that we are kind of tightening the bit, so really the zipper won't go off. And as you can see at the ends, I kind of made like multiple rounds just to make sure that it's secure and it won't break or it won't run off. So once that's completed, we can proceed with connecting the granny squares. And again, just make sure that you are connecting inside out. And for connecting them, I will be using a simple slip stitch. So just go through the hook on both loops from each granny square, grab the yarn and pull it through the loop on your hook. And this is how it looks when all of them are connected in the same way. And now we can basically insert the lining that we just did. And as you can see, it basically fits perfectly. And we can proceed with connecting the lining to the main part of the fanny pack. So to do that, I will be using our main color, and I will basically just sew them together by doing a very, very basic stitch, because in this case we kind of have to make sure that it holds together, and it will, and we will also do some securing afterwards. So this is how it looks when it's connected, and now we can proceed with making these side parts a little bit prettier, and I will just sew them together to kind of like, yeah, make it very smooth. And I will be doing another like basic slip stitch to attach both of these sides to make this like very smooth connection. And now we can proceed with doing the strap for the bag. So make a slip knot and chain 6. So we will be basically skipping one stitch and going in the next one, and then pulling the yarn through and keeping the loop on the hook, then going with the next one and again keeping the loop on the hook, and the same for all the stitches that are following. So by the end we will have to have 6 loops on the crochet hook, and it looks very similar to knitting, but yeah, you just do it with crochet hook. And then yarn over and go through 2, yarn over again and go through 2, and the same with the remaining stitches. Go through all the 2 pairs. So that's round 1, and after each row you have to chain 2 and then go through these 2 stitches like on the side basically. And again pull the yarn through and keep the loop on your hook. After each row you're supposed to have 6 loops on your hook, and once you have that, then just repeat the process by yarning over and pulling the yarn through the pair of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then just chain 1 and repeat the process again. So going through the 2 loops on the side and keeping the yarn on the hook. And then once you're done with the row, then again just do the pair of 2, pair of 2 and pair of 2. So this is how it looks, and in total you will have to make quite lengthy strap, and I would say approximately 60 to 70 centimeters, but it's up to you, and you can always reduce it or make it longer if you feel like you need it. So now we have to work on attaching the strap to the bag, but first we will be adding these metal bits that will help to insert the strap in there, and also it will make it look a little bit better. I got these bits from the same bag that I got my zipper from, so if you think you have some old bags that you could reuse or not using anymore, feel free to have a look, as it's quite handy. And I'm just attaching them to the side of the bag and yeah, using yarn and sewing it together. So that's how it looks, and now we can proceed with adding the strap as well. So just put the strap through the hole of the metal bit, and then use some thread and a needle to attach it and make it secure. So both sides are now secured, and we are done with our fanny pack. This is how it looks when you're opening. As you can see, inside is quite cute as well, because I'm using this pink color, and it's also quite spacious. If you feel like you want to make it bigger, you're more than welcome to create bigger granny squares, or if you want to make it in different colors, you can also do that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this tutorial is going to be useful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section and I can help you from there. And if you did enjoy this video, please feel free to give me a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and see you later. Bye!